Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Yesterday evening, the Mayhem event has started. This event for like the next 10 days basically, which yeah, I'm not like the biggest player of these events. I played like the Endless Delve last year basically, and yeah, I'm gonna say, holy shit, this is actually fun. Like, I'm actually surprised. Like, I expected like, yeah, let's just, like league start kind of thingy, but this Mayhem event with having those league mechanics on steroids, even in the first zone, as you see on the footage in the background, we are in the coast, so it's literally the first zone after you kill Hillock, after the town basically, and there is already monster modifiers with like 200% increased crit, 35 multiplier, and turbo, which is a 20% increased cast attack and movement speed, and area contains 20. Here I was actually lagging, but 20%, additional 20 harbingers, and this is actually kind of crazy because in the start I tried to do all the harbingers, but it took like forever. I mean, imagine you're level 2, you have a 2-link which is Fireball and Arcane Surge, and then at some point I said like, you know what? It doesn't matter, I need to skip those because I need to have better clear speed to successfully or faster kill them, Like, I would have spent probably half an hour just in the coast alone to actually kill those monsters. And there is other modifiers that are like, every single zone that you enter is a different thing. I had like the 20 Harbingers, there is one with like 20 Rogue Exiles, there is like, contains a mirror of Delirium, for example, and additional breach stones and stuff like that. So it is actually quite fun. And Beyond was not that fun because there was like turbo and extra damage and Beyond, and I was killing some monsters and I just get like, yeah, hyper destroyed by the stuff that came out of the Beyond. But anyways, I'm just gonna say, for the first couple of hours that I've played, it's a lot of fun actually. I can definitely recommend, because I'm thinking further, once you go into mapping and you have your Atlas passive tree, and then you would probably go into like skilling all the Harbinger nodes, skilling all the mechanics that you're getting from the Mayhem event, which is like league mechanics on steroids, and then buff them up even further with your Atlas passive tree. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to that kind of stage. Good, let's talk about the build. So my personal, or at least my build is an EK Ignite build, the one that I played last league, just not with like 1,000 Divines investment. We're currently on like probably, 2 Chaos investment if you convert this like in Trade League, if even, okay? So obviously, there is some steps that I need to take care of before I can even transition to EK Ignite. So it is planned to be an EK Ignite. As of right now, it's just an Ignite Elementalist pretty much, right? So I started out in Act 1, or clearing Act 1, with a Fireball setup, as well as some Holy Flame Totem, which is actually some quite sick damage, as well as Flame Wall. So this is like my 2-link, 1-link, and if we scroll a little bit further here, we maybe gonna get the Mervikill or something, I don't know, but it was actually quite enjoyable. So here in this zone, for example, area is inhabited by 20 additional Rogue Exiles. Monsters take less damage and monsters maim on hit. So there is like a list of negative modifiers that swaps up every single hour. So I don't know what the modifiers are right now. I don't know when I log in what the modifiers are, but based on that, with some gauntlet modifiers, additional projectiles, and I think it's like super fun. So, where is my character right now? So, as of right now, I'm level 37, right before Dominus, basically, ready to do my first lap. And this is what I wanted to say for today's stream, basically, that we're going to do the first lap, because this is, like, very, very important, and is going to be the first step. So, why Fireball? Why all these kind of things? So, obviously, as long as you're not having Shaper of Flames, which is the Elementalist node that says all damage can ignite, you need to use fire skills, okay? I mean, there's like, only fire damage can ignite, so we are bound to use fire skills that can inflict the ignites. There is no point of going an EK setup that is only dealing physical damage, because we have no conversion. We're not gonna ignite with physical damage, not yet. And that's why the first labyrinth is so important, and then we can actually swap around. There is some other things that you can do. For example, if I'm opening my PUB here, the PUB of the current version is in the description below, as always. So this is basically what I've done so far in terms of a skill tree. And there is one fire mastery that says 40% of physical damage converted into fire damage. So basically, once I grabbed this node, I swapped to Wave of Conviction somewhere in the middle of Act 2. I think there's a quest reward from Yina once you have the Baleful Gem or something like that, right? And with the Fire Mastery node, since Wave of Conviction has like 25% Fist to Lightning and 25 Fist to Fire, with this node we have 65% physical damage converted to fire. As of right now, the physical as lightning and so on doesn't do anything for us until we have the Shaper of Flames node, and this will actually give me quite an insane power spike. And in Act 2, if we go further a little bit here, so I think this is already where I had the Wave of Conviction set up. So I didn't really feel the need anymore of having the Holy Flame Totem and the Firewall. It is in my skill bar, it is in my gems, but I barely use it. So why swapping actually from Wave of Conviction to, from Fireball to Wave of Conviction? And it is pretty easy explained. With Mayhem having such a ridiculous amount of monster density, even in the leveling. So here we have a zone with 20 additional strong boxes. So think about taking all the strong box nodes on top of that. It's actually kind of ridiculous. But Fireball is one projectile if you don't have Volley, GMP, LMP, and stuff like that. You hit one time and the explosion, and it inflicts an ignite, and we have LA Prolif, but it doesn't really cover too much, right? Other than Wave of Conviction, which, as the name says, is a wave. So the wave just travels through all the monsters that it hits. And if you have, like, Harbingers and stuff like that, and there's, like, 20, 30 mobs in one place, you know, one Wave of Conviction, and a pack is dead, you know? Other than Fireball, where I have to shoot more Fireballs, maybe use a Flame Wall for additional damage, maybe put the Holy Flame Totem, as I did in Act 1. But as of right now, running a solid 4-link Wave of Conviction, I think it's Wave of Conviction with... Combustion, Cruelty, and Unbound Ailments. I think this is my current, or Ellie Proliferation, this is my current falling. You can see that in the PUB. And as of right now, I'm having a blast, actually. So even if there is like 20 additional invasion bosses on the map modifier, they usually die within 1 or 2 Wave of Convictions. But this is as of right now. That means that in 2 acts or 3 acts, if I'm not able to change anything from the gearing departure, that this is going to be very hard, basically, right? And I'm kind of worrying about my defensive layers, as, you know, like, since... I value ailment immunity very high, so that's why for my first aura I went with Purity of Elements and currently running Herald of Ash, because, yo, Herald of Ash is just love and it gives extra damage, so why not? And explosions. And I'm just wondering when I will do like the conversion to like Eldritch Battery, maybe Mind Over Matter, and doing some other things, basically, right? But we're gonna see. I'm gonna just let you know when time moves on. One thing that you guys might wonder, what do I actually need to convert into an EK Ignite? What am I looking for, right? Since I'm playing this on Solo Self-Found, I'm forced to find everything myself, so this is just how Solo Self-Found works, basically, right? I will try to find a pair of Crimson gloves. They got reworked with all the unique reworks, and they now give 100% physical to cold conversion. Once I have those and the Ascendancy node, I think this is the point where I could safely swap into EK Ignite, because we have all the conversion going with the 100% Fizz into Cold, and then we also have the Cold to Fire support, which gives me all the fire damage that I basically need to inflict some good ignites because of my Ascendancy Shaper of Flames that actually gives me 25% more damage with ignites if the highest damage type is fire, basically, right? But I think before that point, if I'm not gonna find any Crimson or any conversion thingies, I'm strictly probably gonna stay with Wave of Conviction because there is no point, right? Because the build is that strong because it goes over all the conversions, and if we don't have the conversions, then there is no point of doing it, right? And then it's just like things like Gloomfang, that would be insane, but I need to find those things, but I don't think that I really need those. I need the conversion, I need my Labyrinth, and then I should be ready to go. So I would say let's take a look at the current skill tree. What did I go for? As I said, like all the items that I'm currently using, also trash, whatever, identified from the floor, not even res capped, so don't worry about the gear on that part, right? So if you go to the tree, what did I go first? I went up here on the left side here. Usually you would go on the right side with a lot of cast speed. I might do that later on, but I know that the build is kind of starved of points, so I decided to just skip or save the points over here. First thing, I went with the Arcanist Dominion with the extra Firewalker with the fire damage and cast speed, as well as life and mana here. Then I went up, taking Alley Overload as well as the Acrinomy cluster here with the Mastery for increased skill effect duration of ailments on enemies. Then I went up to the right side, picking Breath the Flames with the Fire Mastery when I converted into the Wave of Conviction. Then I went to the left side, picking Holy Fire because I don't have my Ascendancy yet, so I need my chance to ignite that I have over here, chance to ignite, here chance to ignite, and here on the bottom side is also chance to ignite, right? So at the moment, I decided to go for a lot of, I think I have like 95% chance to ignite, but once we start the stream today, we're gonna do the first lap, and once this is done, we can opt in or switch up some points and change the chance to ignite into fire.multi, for example, right? And then taking some life notes as always, and now I'm currently filling up the Presage and Discord Artisan, which is like Herald damage, Herald mana reservation, and those kind of things. I think once I have done these 2 points, I'm most likely going to go down here, Purity of Flesh, maybe some mana reservation nodes, something like that. Maybe even go down here for the Searing Heat. This is like a cluster that gives you quite a lot of damage. And then most likely going to take some more life nodes, more regen, more something that I need that I will find out what I need basically, and then I adapt to it this way. Good, this is basically the first update. As I said, Act 1, some Fireball, Holy Flame Totems, whatever. Then going up to Fire Mastery, and in Act 2, once you get the Wave of Conviction, you're gonna put that in with Purity, like with Herald of Ash. And from that on, since we have like a lot of Harbingers and stuff, you easily get access to an Orb of Binding to get your early 4 links. And yeah, as of right now, absolutely no problem. I had a way worse starters, but you know, we are level 37, so this is just the first brief rundown on what's planned, and we're gonna see about that today on stream. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.